Hello everybody and welcome back to Southbound Before Trains. And the last episode, I kind of don't remember what I talked about. But every day begins anew. And this is South right here. I think. Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be episode, I think. Yeah, well, I'm not even going to count this. Like, I'm just going to keep rolling with the episodes and the numbers will count themselves. I am recording this on the 12th of September, and today is Friday. Now today, I had a couple things I want to mention, and something I wanted to talk about. So today, I got, well, not today, but over the weekend, during the week, I got Destiny. Now I got it for the PS3 because I don't have a PS4 yet. Problem with that being is that my PlayStation is one of the really old ones, and for some reason, like, it gives me this weird, like, the game runs fine until every once in a while it freezes. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I'm still working on that. The other thing that keeps happening, and it happens more frequently, is that I get these weird graphical like images, and I'll take a picture and I'll post it like in a post here. I'll take a picture and I'll make a post. Like these weird graphical spikes, and I'm not sure, like, I don't think the PlayStation is dying so much, but like I think it's just like it's a hardware issue where like it can't keep up with the newer games that are out. Like, cause it plays everything else just fine, but like I've had this problem when I was playing Assassin's Creed Lineage, and I'm having this problem now where when I'm playing Destiny. Destiny is a really fun game, by the way. It kind of takes your like Halo style gameplay and adds RPG elements to it. So like, yeah, and I had somebody ask me that today. It's just like, yeah, they asked, I was over at GameStop, and they asked, well, how's the game play? And then I said, yeah, because I had the game, and, you know, I love gaming. And I sat there and I told them, I was like, well, it's just like playing Halo. But, like, you get, you know, like, your character gets special abilities. I started my game out as a warlock, and like I got moved. Well, I'm only at level 4 right now. I'm about to hit level 5, but I have a glide, and I have, I think, was it napalm bomb or something like that. I think shockwave bomb or something into that matter. But yeah, I have that, and you know, you get your grenades that you can you throw, that you get to throw. They're very useful. But yeah, I got it. You level, like, it plays just like Halo, like a first-person shooter, but like you get, you know, like these RPG elements, like you had kind of like in Mass Effect, where your character levels and you learn new abilities and you can collect items, things like that. And yeah, but it's a really fun game so far. Now, I'm kind of playing it off by myself right now because I really, wow, I really don't like this view here. Can I make it in the water without hitting the ice? Okay, yeah, there it goes. But yeah, um, I'm like I was saying, I'm kind of playing the game like the game has to be online. Like you have to be online to play it, but it doesn't say anything about like having to have like a really good connection. Cause like while you're playing the game, you don't have to play with other people. You can sit there and play the game by yourself, which I know seems kind of pointless, but you know, for the current like internet I have, it's kind of like what I have to do. So, I mean, that's the best I can get right now is just to play the game. But I'm happy with that. I mean, the game is really fun. So like, it kind of makes me feel like I'm playing Mass Effect. Um, but like first-person shooter, and without all the dialogue. But yeah, it's a really fun game. If you have a great internet, I will hope to have one, and next year when I move down to Texas, I'll be getting Time Warner Cable. Yeah, I hope to be playing the game online with actual people. Hopefully, the game's still really popular by then. But yeah, I'll get it. I'll get good internet then, and I'll play it, and hopefully be able to play with other people. So yeah, that came out. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to replace my PlayStation 3. Um, I know everybody's gonna be saying like, yeah, don't. Why are you gonna do that? Why not just get the PlayStation 4? Um, for one, right now I kind of don't have the money for it. Two, being that, even if I had it, like there's still a lot of games that I like to play that simply aren't available on the PS4 right now. So, like, well, I mean, but I mean, like now is mean like I have a lot of games saved on my PlayStation Network that were from like PS2 titles or PS1 titles, and like I'm concerned with whether or not they'll be able to play on the PlayStation 4. I know they've been talking about this like PS Now thing that I read an article about today, where it's supposed to like add trophies and stuff to like your supposedly add trophies and things to like your old games, and but I think that's mainly PlayStation 3 games. And that's why I read the article. Like the article said that all the PlayStation 3 games were going to come out to the PlayStation Now, which also has me concerned because it sounds more like a renting service like Blockbuster or like what's that other one, Gamefly? Yeah, it sounds more like that where you have to rent the games, but like what about the games that you already own? And like I don't want to lose those games because there's a lot of games that I have on there that aren't made for current gen systems. Current or titles, like I do want to do let's plays on. Like the classic Tomb Raider series, I want to do an LP on that. But yeah, like, and like certain RPGs like Chrono Trigger or like like the older Final Fantasies, like, it's games that I don't want to get rid of, that I've already bought on the PlayStation Network, that it doesn't sound like right now that I'll be able to play those games on the PS4. So like I still want to have a PS3 to play on. So I don't want to get rid of my PlayStation 3. Alright, let me build a bed here since it's turning night. And I'll keep talking about this mess in the morning. Yeah, I don't want to sound too much like my favorite LPer is Kurt and J Mac. I don't want to sound too much like him. But yeah, I am definitely going to build a bed here in what I like to call the crow's nest. So let me go ahead and do that here. Yeah, obviously I don't keep the beds, like readily available. I feel like it takes unnecessary room that, if I wanted to gather resources or something. Yeah, let me go to sleep and I'll talk about that. But yeah. Anyways, what was I going to talk about here? Yeah. Anyways, like, I don't want to get rid of the PS3 because there's still a lot of, like, PS1 and a couple of PS2 games I want to get that aren't available on the PS4, I don't think. So I definitely want to get that, keep my PlayStation 3. But I want to get a new one that'll play, like, the current PS3 games. While being able to play, like, my downloaded PS1 and PS2 games. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do that. Let's see here. What was I about to talk about here? I was just about to talk about that. Oh yeah. No. 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 Okay. Well, there's another thing I want to talk about. Is yeah, just recently on TV, or not on TV, but when I went to work, it's a TV series. This is a completely another topic. Like go off the PlayStation thing and then all that. But a new TV series or a new season to a TV series came out, which I really need to catch up on. And I found out while I was at work the other day. I want to say Wednesday or Tuesday, and it came out. It's Supernatural, season 9. Yeah, like I've watched seasons 1 through 8, and I'm really excited. Like that 9 came out, cause I don't exactly have cable right now, so I can't watch like the series. I'm gonna get rid of that dirt there. So I can't exactly watch the series like on TV. So most of the time, like I have to wait till the DVD comes out or wait till it comes on Netflix. And yeah, I went to the store. I went to work. Just like on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. That had to have been Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday. Yeah, today's Friday, by the way. Yeah, but yeah, I went to work on Tuesday and saw that there's a giant pillar over here. Look at this. I think I'm still heading in the wrong direction. It's half a burnt down. No, okay, that's a growing tree. But look at this pillar here. That's cool. Anyways, let's go back over this way, heading in the right direction. But yeah, like I was saying, season 9 of Supernatural came out on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. And I'm really excited about that. Like, I'd run out and get it right now if I had the money for it. But I don't. So I may have to wait a couple weeks. Maybe a few to get in. But, like, I've seen seasons 1 through 8. And like the series has always like gotten really good. Like most of the time you think like the later the season gets, like the less watchable I want to say it is. Like I don't know. I don't know how I want to put that. Like it's kind of like the sequels to a movie where, yeah, like the sequels in a movie. Like you expect a TV series to be like worse in some way, and I guess like in ways that's kind of true. Like it doesn't seem like it's, I guess kind of like it's, how do I say, um, not as, um, yeah, not as epic or like not as awe-inspiring or like, yeah, not as feeling as like the first or yeah, like the first two seasons are of a TV show. But like, I love the plot twist in that series. Like, there's so many plot twists in Supernatural. Like, you're always like, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I want to find out. Yeah, like it seems like every time I go to watch that series, I'm actually watching it right now. Like I'm in the middle of an episode watching it right now. Um, I'm in season 2 right now. I'm doing kind of like a marathon thing. Um, whenever I'm not working, I'm running video of it on my PlayStation 3 so that I don't get any like faulty audio or anything coming through my recording. So yeah, like I'm recording this while watching Supernatural. Yeah, how about that? That's what I call my entertainment system. Works on all kinds of levels. But yeah, I'm super excited about season 9. I have not watched a single episode of it. So like when I have the money to get it, I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it all the way through. It's gonna be so awesome. Like I'm gonna watch season. Like I'm gonna watch all the seasons. Obviously, like I just said, I'm watching it now. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it from front to end, the whole series. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I love the twists and turns that this series gives. Like I want to say, like throughout the series, it's probably not like I guess not as continuous as or continuously as entertaining as like the earlier seasons were, but like the series as a whole and just what happens from like the beginning to the end of it is just amazing. I love the plot twist and I can't wait to get season 9. Alright. So yeah. That's that. Next thing I want to talk about. And this is kind of more like a discussion than like just something that I want to get or something that came out and I got. It is an interesting conversation that I had with this gentleman that I was talking to while I was at work one day, or one of my jobs one day. I think it was on Wednesday. I was there talking to him, and we had like this weird conversation we had, where like the conversation started, at like I guess the value of gold from like when people first started digging for it. I think in like 1930 something to like the value of gold now. And I gotta say, like, it was a really impressive talk. But then, like, even the more interesting and kind of confusing part. Wow, that's a hole. Yeah, I don't want to go down there. Look, brown sheep. But yeah, anyways, like the more interesting part of that conversation, I feel like, was after we talked about like the value of that stuff, where he started talking about um the current president that we have. President. I'm sorry if people didn't understand that. The current president that we have here in the United States, and like how, and I'm not gonna sit here and talk politics, because that's like beyond me. I don't understand half of it, anyways. I'm not gonna talk about it because I feel like it's a waste of time. Everybody has their own opinion, and I'm not gonna sit here and argue with that. But this was something that the guy had talked about, that he felt like that was gonna happen before the next election term, and I'm gonna talk about that here. I'm gonna continue my story here after I get some sleep here. So let me go ahead and build this up and dig this out here. Put a torch here, and we'll make another bed. Whoops. I kind of need my crafting table first. Crafting table. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and bam. Break this because it's in my way. And we'll put that down there and go to sleep. And it's morning. Okay. Yeah, you thought I was going to say something funny, huh? Nah, it's just morning here. Alright, but anyways. Yeah, like this guy was talking about like how... That's another hole. But yeah, this guy was sitting here talking about like how this is... how he foresaw this event happening before the next election here in the States, where he was talking about like the where are my shears? There you go. He was talking about like how an EMP, if people are unfamiliar with the phrase EMP, it stands for electromagnetic pulse. He actually asked me if I knew that too. But, being like a tech whiz here, like I built my computer and stuff, like I definitely knew what that was. So like, yeah, I mean, I didn't know if he meant something else by it. And so like, I sit there and I asked him, I said, do you mean electromagnetic pulse? And yeah, that was what he was talking about. So yeah, like, he was sitting there talking about how like EMP, I think, had affected, like, essentially it had happened along with the nuclear, or not, I don't know, was it nuclear, like the atom bomb, like that happened in Hiroshima during like World War II. And I love Japanese people, by the way. I love Asian people, like they're the coolest people ever. But yeah, I'm just talking about history here, so if anybody, thinks I'm, a bad guy here, I've been to Korea. I love Asians. I love Asia. Okay, so leave me alone about that. But anyways, he said kind of like it would have the same effect as like Hiroshima, like an EMP, but just without like all the massive fire explosions. It would just kind of be like, it would be an electromagnetic pulse that would, like, cut out a radius of electronic devices. So that, and yeah, he was sitting there telling me about how, like, if you set off, like, EMPs at certain places in the United States. I don't know where any of these are. Like if you set EMPs off, that you have the possibility of shutting down, like all the power. I don't know how true that is. He was sitting there like with this crazy theory that somebody had the technology to do that right now, and that it was going to happen like before the end of this election term. Um, I don't know how much I believe that or not, but I thought it was an interesting little chat that we had about it, so I thought I'd bring it up here. Um, yeah, like it was a really interesting chat, and like he was sitting there all like, "Make sure you're ready for it. Make sure you're ready." And I was like, like in the back of my mind, I've been expecting the end of the world for like, 3 times right now, or like at least the end of the U.S. for like 3 times now. Don't get me wrong, I love the U.S. I love the United States. I love that I was born here. I love that I was raised here. But, all these end of world theories, which I think are completely bogus and have been proven bogus already, um, are fun to read or watch, depending on how you're getting your information. They're fun to watch. Um, and I think it's just funny, and it puts at the back of your mind that this kind of stuff could happen, but since it hasn't yet, that you're not really worried or concerned about it. So like, yeah, I mean, while I'm not expecting anything to happen, I still have in my mind, like in some farthest reach of my mind, that it could happen one day. Like I said, I'm not expecting it to. But I know how to take care of myself, so I'm not exactly worried about it. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much like. But yeah, it was an interesting conversation with a guy, while I was at work. Um, and I don't think anything's gonna happen. Yeah, it's just gonna be another one of those things where like, people said in 1999 that, computers were gonna crash completely, which wasn't true. Or like, and was it like 2011? People were saying that the world was gonna end, and it didn't happen. And then we're sitting there like, oh, we misread it, and we think it's gonna happen in 2012. 2012 it didn't happen, and we're in the year 2014 now, and nothing's still happening. So, yeah, we got another 2 years to go. I don't think anything's gonna happen. Like, we'll keep continuing on, just as the same as always. And yeah, it'll just be that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I think about it. Now I am gonna go ahead and dig myself a hole here, because it looks like, nah, that's only midday here. That's not cool. Yeah, I mean that's just how I kind of feel on that subject. Like, it's something were gonna happen. It would have already happened. If some people want to sit here and be like, "Oh, this could happen," and or that could happen, and like I'm still waiting on those. I'm still waiting on them to happen. Like, I'll be ready by the time it gets here, but I'm not expecting anything much. But yeah, uh, yeah. So I mean, that was pretty much like what I wanted to talk about with that one. Like, I don't know if the guy was crazy. I don't think he was. I mean, like, he had a lot of valid points, but it's just I don't think anything's gonna happen. I don't think anything's gonna become of it. So I'm not exactly too worried about it. Oh, look, more iron. Let me dig this out here, and then we'll go ahead and, you know what? while I'm here, because I feel like I'm gonna be, hitting nighttime by the time I dig this out. So let me go ahead and do this. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. I mean, it was just, something that came to mind that I thought was kind of interesting. And so I wanted to talk about it, get it off my mind, and, just keep going with this. Let me pull out one of my furnaces here, and we'll go ahead and cook this iron. Where did I put that at? I keep forgetting that I can't double click it or like shift click this. So let's put one coal in there. Pull out my trusty crafting bench. Oh my gosh. Pull out some wooden planks here. Put the wood back. We'll make a bed. Oh my gosh. Why did I do that for? Okay. Why did I make wooden planks for? Or wooden slabs? Can I not do anything with those? No. Well, great. Now I have 3 wooden slabs. You know what? Let's go ahead and use these. I think while there's still daylight out. And we'll just smack it on here. Because now, I had them to get rid of. So let's just get rid of them. And we'll fill this back up. And we'll try this again. So I get another block of wood out here. 1, 2, 3. Put the other one here. And 1, 2, and 3. And give me the bed. So let's chop this thing down now. Yeah, I know it probably doesn't matter, but I have an axe to get rid of, so then we'll grab this out. Ooh, I'm almost full in those. And we'll break this apart. Oh, really? Come on, I did not want to click on that. There, now it's broken. And now it's getting nighttime. I don't want the snow. So now we're closed. And this has been Ridley on Southbound Before Trains. And I will see you guys next time. See you later.